Hey everyone, it's me, Donna. Alrighty, well, my results came in from MyHeritage.com. I sent off my kit to them, my DNA kit, and they processed my results, and so I've got them in, okay? Before I show you their results, I'm going to show you guys two raw DNA kit uploads from um, Ancestry.com and 23andMe that I uploaded to MyHeritage a while back. And I believe I have posted this in other videos. But just to give you guys a reference point as to the differences in the reports and my feelings about it, I'm going to go ahead and start off by showing you what MyHeritage had to say about my 23andMe raw DNA. Okay? All right. Let me scroll on down here. All right. MyHeritage says, according to 23andMe, that I have 95.2% English, 3.8% Greek and South Italian, and 1% Middle Eastern. Of course, on 23andMe's website themselves, through the DNA kit that I took with them, my results had a lot more. Like, it showed a lot more ethnicity and all that. So I was kind of disappointed with this, but that's what they're saying about that. Okay. And this is all the cousins or DNA matches that I have from around the world. This is all the ethnicities and everything that I'm kin to, and all that. Okay. Let me now show you guys my Ancestry.com raw DNA. Okay, this is what MyHeritage says about my Ancestry.com raw DNA. Okay, they've got me as having 94.9% English, 2.3% Greek and South Italian, 1.7% Ashkenazi Jewish, and 1.1% Middle Eastern. Okay, all right. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and show what MyHeritage says about me through their own DNA kit that they processed themselves, okay? They have me as having 87.6% English, 5.9% Greek and South Italian, 5.7% Irish, Scottish, and Welsh, 0.8% Balkan, and that's it. Okay? And again, these are all the DNA matches that I'm kin to. They're all these different ethnicities and all that. Okay? And all the different countries. And as you can see on the map, these are where all these people are from that I'm kin to. Okay? All over the world, including Africa and all that. Okay? I have to say that I'm kind of disappointed in my results. I was hoping for better because I got quite a bit, of different ethnicity, just like millions of people out there. I'm not unique in that, okay? But, since I'm going way on back in my family tree and there's things that I want to know, I want to find out as much as I can about my own DNA and my ancestors, okay? And I just find it interesting. And I want to know, okay? And I would love to see all this scattered out stuff that's showing up in different DNA tests, so I know it's not static, it's not false, because it keeps popping up. The only thing is, it's not all popping up in one test except for maybe GEDmatch. The different GEDmatch models seem to be, bringing all this stuff out. but yet it's scattered out in all these other DNA companies. Like, Helix, they did a pretty good job. Uh, them and 23andMe are kind of tied as far as my feelings about giving people ethnicity reports, other than GEDmatch. GEDmatch is number one. I mean, they're number one by far. Okay. But next would be those two companies. And also, my goodness, National Geographic, the 2.0 thing that they were doing that they're no longer doing anymore. That wasn't too bad. And all that. And the one that I just really didn't like too much was Ancestry.com. What's crazy is, even though I'm disappointed with the results from MyHeritage, they are still, in my opinion, better than Ancestry.com's ethnicity report. Okay. Another disappointing thing about this company is their family tree. You can only go up to like 200, I think, and 40 people on your family tree. And I'm near the limit on mine. And every time I log in or I check my homepage or whatever, it'll pop up letting me know that I'm at my tree capacity and all that stuff. So that's kind of disappointing as far as the company goes. But yeah, and also the distant relative count. I'm disappointed in that. All right, it's only got me as having 11,763 distant relatives, okay? But what's crazy is when I go to my Ancestry.com kit, the raw DNA kit, they've got me kin to 17,536 people. So, like, where the heck did all these people go? Like, that's mind blowing. That's a lot of people that's taken away just from their results themselves. That's just crazy. And so I was disappointed in that. And another thing that I'm disappointed in is, okay, when I do the raw DNA thing, which was free, and with the ethnicity report and all that, and then do the DNA cousin matches, it actually shows me both my results and my DNA matches results. And by the way, I have blocked out the names of the matches for their protection. This is just for reference use only. Okay. But if this person opts in to show their ethnicity, then it will show it on here, and it will show both of ours, and it will tell me that I have, such and such amount of ethnicity in common, say like 2 ethnicities in common or whatever, and it will show it or whatever. Okay. Even though I suspect there's more with a lot of these people, but yet, it mostly shows that I share British or whatever it is that it actually has me listed. Or if it doesn't want to tell me, it will say that we don't have ethnicity roots in common or whatever, but maybe some of our ancestors originate from the same area or something like that. But it won't say what, when, where, or nothing like that. It'll just let you know that it's not going to tell you that you have ethnicity in common, which is kind of absurd, because to be kin to somebody, you have to have ethnicity in common, whether it be British and Irish or Chinese or, Indian or whatever it is, and it should be able to tell you that, but a lot of times it don't. Okay. But anyway, and then when you scroll on down right here, you will see the browser, the DNA browser, and it will show you what chromosomes you're kin to. Okay. But when you use their very own service itself with their kit that you pay for, get this, they won't show you your matches results nor your results except for what it claims you shared. Only one ethnicity that it thinks or that it reports that you share That's what it will tell you. And even if it says that you have 2 ethnicities in common, it's only going to show you one. Okay? And then in order to see anything more, you're going to have to pay for a monthly subscription. Now, how weird is that? And how, to me, that sounds kind of greedy. And I just think that it's wrong to do your customer that way. I don't think that it's fair for someone to pay for a DNA kit and you're only giving them a half, uh, basically, ethnicity report at best. Although they may show some people real good reports, and for those, I say kudos, yippee for you, but they did it for me, and I will show you. I'm fixing to explain that in a minute with GEDmatch. Okay, but anyway, again, you scroll on down and it does show you your chromosome. So at least it will show you your chromosome browser and show you the DNA that you share with a DNA match. Okay, but yeah, I found this part right here to be very disappointing, and shame, shame, shame. I don't mind that maybe they might want to ask for a little bit more money. Okay, fine, but don't make it to be like a $7 or more a month. With times being hard like they are right now, not many people are going to be able to spare that kind of money per month just to get more on their ethnicity report. They're going to opt not to do that. Okay? So I don't think that's right. I think they need to lower that, or maybe just have a one-time little fee that you can do. And let that be that. You know what I mean? Like, don't just, keep expecting people to pay a high cost for a subscription. I mean, especially, an expensive subscription, especially right now. I mean, I just think that's kind of in bad taste because, a lot of people won't do it. I mean, they just can't afford to do it. So they will opt out of doing that and spend their money on more important things like food, stuff like that. So that's all I got to say about that. And I'm not trying to be just downright hateful. It's just that, I just find these things a little, I don't know, annoying. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me show you guys something that I discovered. Okay. All right. So then I took my raw DNA from MyHeritage and added it to GEDmatch. Okay. All right, GEDmatch. I already got my other kits from 23andMe and Ancestry.com, and even a kit that was updated from 23andMe. I thought that maybe that raw DNA might make a difference, but it didn't. It's still the same thing that I have already uploaded. So yeah. But anyway, so right here is my MyHeritage DNA kit number. It's not through with its process of matching me up to other DNA matches right now, but I can go ahead and get my ethnicity reports through their different models using my kit number. So let me show you guys what that kit number shows me. So when I go over here and show you, it's called the Admixture Heritage. You click on that and it opens up a browser, and then you pick out which model you want to use, and I picked out the Punt DNA L model. Okay, and then I picked the K13 Global model, okay, with that kit. And let me show you what it said. Let's see, I believe it's right here. Yes. All right. According to GEDmatch's Punt DNA L K13 Global model, I have 9.4% West Asian, 48.46% Northeast European, 0.84% American Indian, 2.02% Oceania, which I refer to as Polynesian, 0.92% South Asian, which has showed up in other DNA tests, as well as the Oceania and all that. All right, and 0.88% Southeast Asian, okay? 35.74% Southwest Europe, okay? 0.57% Southwest Asian, 0.95% West African, and 0.23% South African. And of course, the West African, I believe it to be like the West Middle African, which is Congolese, if I'm correct. That shows up in my 23andMe report, so I definitely know that I have that. So this stuff is not just static, okay? All right, so even when I take my 23andMe raw DNA kit and run it through that same K13 global model, the Punt DNA-L model, it gives me 10.57% West Asian, 46.47% Northeast Europe, 1.67% American Indian, 2.42% Oceania/Polynesian, 0.36% South Asian, 0.14% Southeast Asian, 34.51% Southwest European, 2.69% Southwest Asian, and 1.23% West African. Okay, so there's not too much difference within the two models. They might have left, one might have left off one or whatever, but it's no big deal. I mean, they're pretty much very similar. Okay, so this is two raw DNAs processed from two different companies, and this one being from MyHeritage themselves. Okay, all right. So, and here's another thing. All right. I'm not crazy about the eugenics model on GEDmatch. I disagree with some of its findings as far as some of my other raw DNA kits, but this is what's interesting when I run the MyHeritage kit through its model. Believe it or not, this is what it says, okay? According to it, I have 1.97% Basque, 7.74% Central European, 2.36% East Balkan. Okay, the Balkan popping up again. All right, 9.58% East Central European, 2.86% Eastern European, 3.94% Finno-Scandinavian, however you say it. Okay, 10% French, 12.04% Iberian, which is Spanish, 7.17% Italian, 13.09% North Atlantic, 4.22% North Caucasian, 24.44% North Sea, 0.53% Oceania/Polynesian, 0.07% South Central Asian. Okay, so even it brings all this extra stuff up that from, now, like I said, this is the eugenics K36 model. It is, it has taken MyHeritage raw DNA and it can give me that, but MyHeritage themselves can only give me this right here. Like, really? Like I said, that's very disappointing. And I just find it funny that notice all these other ethnicities that showed up in these other GEDmatch models are actually showing up on their website, and I'm kin to these people from these other companies in Asia, or from all these other countries, shall I say, excuse me, from Asia, from Africa, from the Polynesian Islands, from Papuan, from Melanesia, from Iberia, from the Baltic, from the Jewish regions, Greek, all that stuff. It's just interesting that all this stuff is showing up in all these other tests, and they have it popping up. And see, and here's another thing, okay? Like when I go to the other kits, the raw DNA kits, like I said, this is the MyHeritage itself. And then I go here, and with some of them, like I said, it shows less or more, the cousin matches and everything. And it drops off some of these people, and then it adds people. And I don't know. I just find that funny how all that happens. And and I know I share more than just British and Irish from people from China and people from Russia. Like straight up, I'm kin to straight up Russians who all their information is in Russian and they're pretty much Russian. I know I share more than just British and Irish with these people. I share some of that Baltic or Balkan or whatever stuff with these people. Yeah, and it may be way back, but it's there, and I want to see it. I want to see it all in one report. It would be nice if these companies would actually go back and get all this stuff from way back. I don't want to just know what happened within the last 200 years. I mean, a lot of that stuff has been explained in my tree and all that. I want to know, some of the stuff that's a little bit further on back, or even some of it that's 200 years that they're refusing to show. I want to see that. I just, no. I mean, I know I'm griping, and I do apologize for that. But I just want to show you guys kind of what I'm seeing here, and what I'm finding out for myself. And I had such high hopes. I know I shouldn't have, but I kept hearing about how this company was even better than 23andMe and all that. But no, I would give them a few points ahead of Ancestry.com as far as ethnicity, and definitely a few points behind as far as their tree, because their tree is a lot worse than Ancestry's. Ancestry's tree is pretty good, and their through lines feature is pretty good. So I'm happy for those things. But yeah, I'm just really disappointed in the ethnicity reports. But anyway, I will shut up griping, and I will get off of here. So we will talk to you guys later. Bye.